I just really came to the point of I may shut this down. I may just have to let it go. Maybe I'll just sell what I have. It's a secret, silent problem that I think a lot of entrepreneurs have. We were networking those businesses together, and we had the events, and we were doing 9 of them a month before COVID. Wait a second, I'm looking at this wrong. He wants to be involved. Like, he's been telling you this whole time, like he wants to be involved. Well, hello, friends. Welcome back to Be Life Changers. I am Kathy Coach, your host, and today's episode is super special, and I do mean special, because before we get into anything, I need to take a moment and say, first, to JT Visuals and his team, thank you for believing in this vision, for believing in Be Life Changers, and helping make this possible. We are coming up on 1 year of this podcast, and we're officially crossed 100 subscribers to YouTube. And so I wanted to say thank you so very much. You guys have been amazing. You're like family. It is so easy just to walk in here, record the podcast, go home, and you know that means a lot to me. And all of you that don't know will know here very soon why it means so much to be able to go back home and be able to plug back in and be a mom, a wife, and then there for so many businesses that are in need. And I know that might sound small to some people, but when you're building something with purpose, when you're showing up consistently, when you're doing it from heart, it means everything. So to every single one of you who have watched, who have shared, who have subscribed, I'm telling you, thank you from the very bottom of my heart. It means so much to us. It means so much to me. It means so much to JT Visuals. Our hard work making people know about their community, plug in, show local love. It means so much, because this is not just a podcast. It's a movement.
Oh, yeah. It's good.
So, yeah. So, thank you. I just want to say thank you.
And you are on the podcast who you are outside the podcast, too.
Right.
Like sharing local love, she says it. It's not just some marketing or PR conversation thing that's like supposed to sound good, but it's that you actually are outside and off the mics as well. So, it's cool. It's a blessing for us to have you.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. It just means a lot. So I said, today we're going to take and just blow it up. It's been 100. We've got 100 subscribers, which is super cool. And I just remember that from way back in the day when we first got started, with Casey Women's Events. That first 100 is so exciting. And then, you get to, now, 12,000. And it just keeps growing and growing. And seeing people carry that same passion you do, about loving their community, showing that local love. It means a lot.
And that first 100 mark, at least for YouTube, is like where things start speeding up a little more. But the first 1,000, that's the absolute hardest. And then after that, you kind of start blinking and you're like, before you even get 100, like 5 subscribers feel like a lot. And then when you get past 1,000, then it's like, oh, I just got another 100.
Right.
Oh, I just got another. So it's like it's really snowballing, and snowballs can turn into – I always say snowball versus avalanche, but snowballs and avalanches can be the same thing. The snowball can trigger like an avalanche, and this would be a good
And, I think we have a lot of momentum going on, especially, last year we really plugged in and pushed very hard and being consistent. I mean, consistency matters, I'm getting in there, posting every day and, finally getting a team. We got Monique on and she took over the event side of things, not being able to having to worry about all of that, because I knew there was a pivot coming. There was a change coming. And because, with my son, I have a son, Gabriel. A lot of you know who he is, and some of you don't. He's deaf and autistic, and he's home with me. He's 30 years old now.
30?
And I know. And so that was my total why I started, in 2016. And
so was he born in 95?
90. Yep, he was born in 95.
Oh, nice.
1995. Yep. And so he was born in 1995. We knew at 7 days old he was deaf. And then he was born with a virus called CMV, which is Clydromegalia virus. And it's very rare. So like me and you could have that virus right now, and you wouldn't even know. We wouldn't even have any symptoms at all. We could get a flu-like symptom, but the only person that's really in danger of the virus is a pregnant woman or a brand new infant.
Okay.
And so they think that he literally got it while in the womb. And so when he came out, he was born with, you're supposed to have 250,000 platelets, and he had about 1,200. And so he'd have to go in and do platelet transfusions. So he is our miracle baby, because if he would not have produced those platelets, then he would have died by the age of 3 months old.
Wow.
So we were in and out, and here I was, had been married just a couple of years, and so I was barely 21, going on 22. So I was a very young mom as it was, and then, having to deal with I had my first son, and then Gabriel, and then that was just a whole lot. So, I've had a whole lot. I've known what it's like, to decide to be home to raise your kids and be a mom of a special needs son. And so that's where all that passion came from, of course, being an entrepreneur at heart. All those years of experience is really what's led, to me finding a way to be able to stay home and be with him. We've decided we're a big family. And so we've decided that he could be with us. He doesn't need to go into a home. He loves doing things with us. We keep him just as busy as any day services and things like that. He loves to stuff the envelopes, or, he does a lot of things for smaller businesses, like get their business cards ready, put some little envelopes that they give with, one of my clients does cleaning. And so they have the magic eraser sponge.
Oh,
and
love that thing.
He puts it in a little plastic container and the business card in there, and that keeps him busy. He loves to work. He loves doing those things. So I was able to create a business around the things that he could do. So it's been a blessing, through all of that. And we've kind of had to grow into knowing what I could do. While he was in school is when KC Women's Events came about. And, we were hosting events in castles, mansions, golf clubs, wineries, all of those fun event venues. We got a lot of people coming to those because I wanted women to be able to escape. We're all givers. We are 100% always giving all the time. And I wanted them to be able to come in for 3 hours and get that shopping, pampering, prizes, what they love to do. And we always did it in these unique spots to make them feel special. And then, of course, those vendors that were popping up, that was a way for them to get their brand out, to get sales and, build their audience as well.
Yeah.
And so it was just a win-win all the way around. Until.
Okay.
There's always an until. I think that happens in business. So there's always an until.
Yeah.
And you have to be ready for that pivot. You have to be ready for that change. And, our audience was growing. And, of course, about the same time he was coming out of school, we put him in day services, which was working well because I wanted that kind of school model at first. But then COVID hit. And when COVID hit, we had to pull him back, and he closed his hands. A lot of times, autistic kids, when they have big change, they will have what I call them little tics. But I mean, they're just little things they pick up that it becomes a habit, and he closed his hands. And so we've spent all this time trying to get him to open his hands back up because of that kind of, it was traumatic to him coming from one place and back.
Okay.
And so, of course, it was traumatic for our whole business and everybody else's business at that time, I was pivoting and helping him at the same time. And so we were bringing everything online. And then that's when I learned about the online, learning how to get people's brand going online. I was the one taking over what Michelle, my business partner, used to do because she was the one that took care of all our social media and things like that. But now it's in my lap to learn it. And, I thought, what? I can either quit or we can pursue and go on, And so through that, we kept going. And when we got out of COVID, there was a choice. I could either go back to doing these events, and I did try for a little while. But having him home, that pivoting point was I quickly was, finding myself overwhelmed. because I was trying to do it all, because that time we'd already started knowledge networking, which we were networking those businesses together. And we had the events. And so you're trying to fill events with, anywhere from 25 to 50 vendors. And we were doing 9 of them a month before COVID. So coming back out, and now I have a son who's permanently home with me all the time. And when he is bored, oh my goodness.
What does that look like?
What does it look like when he's bored?
Yeah, what's the oh my goodness? What were you picturing?
What was I picturing when he's bored? So when he is bored, it is like, he gets into things. He likes to eat. So we literally had to put locks on the doors because he would get up at midnight and be trying to eat. Like what we do, that midnight snack, we want. I get it.
Sometimes I feel like cooking a steak in the middle of the night.
We all do. We all do. And I'd let him have a snack. Don't get me wrong.
Do you ever have dreams about like waterfalls or water, and then you wake up from that dream and you're like, man, I'm super thirsty, and you get up and you like drink a gallon of water? That
Always.
Never happens to me.
Never.
I'm kidding.
Never. No, I never. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So
it's a natural thing, but having just going to one thing to another, he likes to stay busy. But I like to stay busy. So I had to come to find that he's a lot like me. He doesn't, if he's bored, then of course, things may get broke. He'll go in and like open the door, just throw a glass plate or something into the floor, or, because what he's trying to do is get my attention, saying, Mom, I want to do something. And so all these different things I had to learn was just a way, think about it. When you're really hungry and get hangry, you can be kind of irritable with people.
Yep.
It's the truth. It's no different. It's just a communication problem. I wasn't knowing that he wasn't being kept busy enough. So that's when I started finding things like, him stuffing envelopes or folding the towels or different things like that at home. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so quickly I thought, okay, I was trying to take all this on, and I was doing a good job because I am like him, a lot of energy. We can do a lot. I've done a lot, been able to do 9 events like that a month. But I was starting to get burnout very quick.
Okay.
Trying to handle it all, taking all the social media, doing all my own posting, and I had to learn. The first thing I did, which I tell everybody, is let somebody else come clean your house. Little simple things. I started letting those go. And then I just started praying like, Lord, what are you trying to tell me? And, I know that, the events are fun, but I really think that was a season. And, that's when all that pivot started. And, I really, I have a whole other episode where we talk about how Be Life Changers came about. And so my pivot and my shift went to that, and doing the podcast and getting that all started. But at that point in time, the pivot was like, what am I going to do? I still was, even though we had found a team, even though I have someone now that's a project manager that takes over all the events and I don't have to do that. I'm more of like the mentor. They come to me if they need help. We're starting the coordinators corner where coordinators can come and be like, oh my gosh, just kind of that outlet. We have all of that going. But again, I just don't know. I don't know if he's going to sleep good at night. I was waking up during the day and I would try to keep, my routines going because I'm all about talking about routines. And my routine may start at 8 in the morning, but it may start at, 11. It is all different times from what goes on with him. It's very real. But he, again, was still very bored. And I was like, I just really came to the point of I may shut this down. I may just have to let it go. Maybe I'll just sell what I have. You know what I mean?
By this, the whole operation of the events or
like
all
the
of
events or all of it. Because I was just like, I have no support. Like this, it's like, wait a second. Because if you're not making enough revenue coming in, and when you, of course, community-based stuff doesn't make money at first. Like no events, you make okay money when you're doing events, but I'm not doing the events anymore. Somebody else is doing them. So you have.
So you mean by no support, like. And then you mentioned revenue right after that. No support as in like the financial backing that's makes it worth it. And And do you mean the team too, or like
a little bit of all of it? So now I have a team. Before I didn't. So I was like, okay, first of all, now you got to go back because before it was just events. So you saw like your pop-up shopping events. It was all there. And knowing I can't take that load anymore, so my business plan changed. And so I think a lot of businesses run into that when you're pivoting. You have to sometimes realize, wait a second, I need to stop and redo my whole entire business plan. Because you have to stop and think, if it's not making money, then there's something missing in there. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's the point I was at. All in the midst of, okay, I am having a challenge of even everything that's going on home. So trying to balance the two at the same time. And so I think, it's a secret, silent problem that I think a lot of entrepreneurs have, that's hard to express. That goes on, like, I'm changing my business plan. I'm letting go of what I need to and hiring people in so that it can be profitable. Yeah. But I'm still trying to balance this at home.
Okay. I actually stopped using balance a little bit because, lack of better words is like, sometimes it feels like there's a little bit of a sacrifice in the brain as far as like, you got to resist one side of you that's meant to be creative for the business. And you have to resist that when you're with your family.
Right.
And then when you're in the business, you don't want to like too much time of all the things thinking about the personal side with the family. Right. So then it's like, wait, hold on. That doesn't seem right. I found like through coaching and through other things that like harmony. I really like the word harmony.
I love that.
Work-life harmony. Work-life,
Right, harmony.
Or it's like just all of it's all of it. And then while I was going through this, Dave Ramsey clip comes up and someone asked him that. And he's like, whatever it is, just be 100% present with wherever you are.
Exactly.
And I was like, you know what? I am an adaptable person, so I can do that. And you know what? A piece of me is business. So if someone truly cares about me, even in the personal side, they're going to allow me to speak about my business a little bit.
Right.
It's not like a full cutoff. But then it's also good practice for me to not speak it in a way that is confusing or boring or disengaging for someone else. I got to learn the social skills of, they're not interested in this.
Right.
So I got to say it a different way, or I leave and get feedback and just, I don't know. So now it's kind of a little more like a harmony.
I love that, though. Because it does, because I think it's a battle in our mind where when you think about balance, it's that. And that's the battle I was having going on. Like, can I do all of this? When really it was that I needed to be 100% present at where I was.
Because it's not a teeter-totter. It's a merry-go-round.
It's a
or something, I don't know.
It all goes together, right? Right. Well, I know. And that was really hard because it is hard. But it's hard to be 100% present. Even in the midst of that, because a lot of people who go into work or even in an office at home can say, okay, this is my designated time. Whereas, and it was great because I finally got it to where, a couple days a week I'm out in the community because I have someone home watching him and doing fun things with him. And then me and him do things, during the week. But even at that.
And then you got the rest of your family.
Yeah, the rest of the family, yeah. But it's an always continual thing going where a lot of people can go shut the door and say, I'm working. And that doesn't happen. I always have to get up and go do something and come sit back down, go up and go do something and sit down. So I was like in this battle of like, okay, even though I'm in the office Monday through Wednesday and I had my set structure, it was always getting interrupted. And I started getting frustrated.
Yeah, because you feel bothered.
I feel very bothered. But, but then I would get frustrated and angry and I was wondering what's going on. And it was one of those things, well, I'm the one that goes around talking about being positive all the time and not letting these things go. But
being positive when you feel negative is the hardest.
It's the hardest.
When you're hungry, you're tired, and
I know.
It's hot. Those three combined, it's terrible.
It's terrible. So it's kind of like this secret battle I was going through that I felt like I couldn't tell anybody about. And I know there's other people that feel it too. It's like, okay, I think I've got all this going. We've got this momentum going. Everything's growing. I finally have somebody that's over here running the event side. I have someone who's, helping with social media stuff. I have all these things going, but there's still this secret frustration. And I was like, what am I looking at this wrong for? And it was a pivotal moment where I was like, you know what? This is all about community. everything I do is about community. It's about showing local love to each other, and showing that, whatever you give comes back to you. When you show love, it comes back to you. And I don't know, I can't even tell you when it happened. I mean, we're just now getting it launched. But I started thinking, you know what, there's so many, we did the Give to Gain event too as well.
Yeah.
Where we give back where literally there's everybody that comes in, we don't get paid to do it. Everybody donates. And it's this huge thing to celebrate Women's History Month. We do it every year.
And you had a previous episode with 3 people.
Yes. It was just about a few episodes ago. So that would be, I will put it in the comments. I will put it below. What
you better remember, write that down.
I know, write it down. I will put it below. The shortest pencil. I'll make sure I put what episode that is.
It's the one with 4 people in the thumbnail.
Yeah, there you
there we go.
There you go. But I'll put it in the comments. But we work on it every year, and it's to celebrate women and them doing all these things. And I think that was the moment that I was like, wait a second, I'm looking at this wrong. So he wants to be involved. He's been telling you this whole time, he wants to be involved. There was these little things that were happening, and, he's watching on the side, and I'm thinking, okay, so there's a couple of meetings he ended up having to go with me, which was fine. And, he ended up, smiling for the picture, and I started thinking, wait a minute. If we're expecting, we're always talking about small business showing local love to each other. You want the community to come in and show love to you. Well, first of all, we got to show local love to each other, like businesses. It's very powerful.
Yeah.
Because whatever we want attraction to come to us, we need to be giving it already. But there's so much competition out there. Businesses are always in competition. They think they have to be one up the other one, or instead of
which
all
in a lot of ways we should,
together.
right?
Huh? What?
Right?
Should what?
Try to one up each other.
No.
Yeah.
Why can't
right?
you? Why can't you
rise
together?
Well, if there's another podcast studio that is exactly what we do, I'm not going to go and destroy them so I go up. What I'm going to do is just be better.
Well, yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's not there is a bad competition where you're you have to tear someone down just to bring yourself up.
But there's a lot of that
it's not
going
that.
on. Because I think there is a lot of undercutting, doing things to take people's customers, just different stuff that goes on.
Those are the ones
bad.
that are
But when I say healthy competition is good, yes.
Yeah.
And I call it healthy competition, but to be in healthy competition with someone, I have to know you.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because, I have to know where your heart's coming from. Or I may take it as you are trying to undercut me. When really, I'm just trying to be better.
Yeah.
And we could be better, what? Together.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So that was this whole thing came out of is that, one business paying it forward to another business. And it doesn't have to be the same industry. But
at the end of the day, it's just be good for the customer.
Right.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah. No, be good for the customer. But yes. But it is uplifting each other. But when you know each other, you can be better together and you can rise together.
Why is that? I'm just digging in. I believe that, but why?
Why?
Why does collaboration usually make it better?
Because there's power in numbers. Because, for instance, with Kathy Coates Events.
Okay.
When I let go of the event side of things, I didn't really let go of it. I had this audience that was already built. I have a group with 6,000 vendors in it I can pull from at any time to fill a show. But then I'd see these other girls out there starting these events, had good hearts, wanted to do what I had already spent 10 years doing, the blood, the sweat, the tears, trying to get those people to come. Then I realized, well, I could either just keep that to myself or just let it die off, or I could share that with someone with the same heart.
Yep.
So Most Sophisticated Events, Monique.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
She was on here.
Right. She was on here. And she's my project manager now because, she has such a heart now that when I'm helping other coordinators, because we've got the coordinators corner that all comes together. So if you are a coordinator and you are trying to fill events, make sure you reach out to me. I am there to help you at any point in time because I truly believe this is where collaboration comes. This is where cross-promoting comes.
Mm-hmm.
We all have that same goal of getting customers customers through our door
Yep.
or people to our events.
And now
So-
the people in that group,
Mhm.
like, why did they join that group?
Why did they join?
Yeah, the vendor
Why
group
did
or
the
whatever.
vendor group?
Yeah.
Well, because they wanted to be in another vendor show. So
Yep.
they and
so
they
then when you share it,
mm-hmm.
you're not just sharing it when in collaboration with most sophisticated events, you're also sharing it with the vendors and giving more opportunities, which adds
for
more
them.
value.
Yes, more value to them.
So that's
it's,
cool.
it's a whole circle.
Yeah.
It's a whole circle that feeds that's there in any model. We're just using the events for a model.
Yeah, just as an
But,
example.
but I could have been stingy and said, Monique, you're starting from zero, just like me. You have to feel everything I did. Or I could say, Monique, come here.
Yeah.
Let me share my vendors I already have, because it helps my vendors. They're already happy because now they want, what do they want? They want shows to be in. They want good quality shows. And they know that that's the only thing I will put on is good quality. I'm not going to just throw up something just for an event.
Okay, so is it as black and white as we think? Like where it's like collaboration's always better than competition? But like what if it was like, if there's a such thing as good competition, is there a such thing as bad collaboration? And that's even worse than like.
Well, yes, you still have to be careful. I mean, just like when you go choose somewhere to shop from, or you go choose to buy a new car, or whatever it is, you're going to make sure you do your due diligence, and you're not going to do business just with anybody. So, yes, it's the same thing with collaboration. The reason I collaborated with Monique with Most Sophisticated Events is she had my heart. I got to know her. First of all, and that's where networking comes in.
Yep.
That's why it's so powerful, because you get to know the true person. Just when I come along with you, I'm going to rise you up. If you're out there embezzling money, cheating and stealing, I'm not partnering with you.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
We're not going to have a collaboration.
Which if you know about it though, then
But if you get to, but that's
they're
where,
bad at it.
that's where networking comes in, because you get to know people. That's how when I become a friend with somebody, we either stay friends or we part because we don't have enough likeness. Does that make sense? So it's kind of the same thing.
Have you ever found a partnership that you need, but you didn't really like the culture of the person? I don't know,
definitely. No, like
what do you do
I know what you're
for
trying to
that?
say with that. Like, is there somebody that I could have used or would have advanced my business and being partners with them?
Yeah, and maybe that's a little more outsourcey. Like maybe there's this like big call center, maybe not a call center, but like a sales people, and they're, you get those cold emails all the time. If we appointment set and convert this many people, would that be worth it to you?
Right.
And they're trying to get you to answer or whatever, which some of them might be legit. But if you did that, usually what they're trying to do is like get you to need them, which really all businesses do that too. Like you want them to keep coming back. They usually do it at a level where it's almost like they're taking revenue from your business, but they're still providing growth. I don't know. So like, do you ever like see that?
So like if someone's saying they can get you so many subscribers, or like, so are you trying to talk about those people that come in and say they could grow?
Like, how do you manage that kind of conversation or that partnership? How do you approach deciding on that?
Like approach deciding on who I'm going to partner with and who I'm not?
Yeah, and maybe like someone that you know less of and you feel like you need it. So yes, I'm in need, but I don't know this
you don't
person
know the product
or the business. Or,
So I always say, just like I tell my vendors, like we really had this go on recently. There's a lot of scamming that goes on. There's a lot of good things and there's a lot of scamming. Like we have to be very careful when we first put an event out. We post the event and we have everything locked because, of course, that's where I tell people make sure you're really invest in your name, like Kathy at KathyCoatesEvents.com.
Yeah.
Don't just do some, and then I have it come through when they buy tickets or if they come to sign up for an event, it always has my name, Kathy Coates Events.
Okay.
Or, Most Sophisticated Events. That's what her says. Since we're a partner, I'm just going to use her for an example. Because what happens is when we put it in there, people go under the comments and say, yes, we're still accepting vendors. Message us now. And literally the other day, people did that. And I think like 5 people signed up.
Gosh,
and it was not with them. And we have all the legit. It's just training those. Because scammers know there's going to be those few that are new and don't know. So a seasoned vendor would have not usually went for it. They may have almost been tricked, but would not have give their money because when they at the end they would have seen, wait a minute, it's not Monique or no, it's not Kathy. So I always tell vendors, do your due diligence. And it's the same way when you go to partner with somebody. If someone's going to come and say, hey, I can grow your partnership by this, first of all, there's going to be a red flag because how are you going to do it that fast? Like, it depends on what they're promising you. Like,
and you spelled the name wrong anyways. Like, we have no I in our name.
Right. There
you know? It's
exactly.
like, you don't even know this.
You didn't even know. Like, exactly. Like, because JT Visuals without the I, because more than meets the eye, right?
Yeah.
I mean, exactly. But people that follow you and know know that. But someone who may have just first seen you could be tricked by that. So those little things, I always say, do your due diligence. Like when I know about a company and they could provide something that I need, I don't just jump on it. It's like when you go buy a car. It's unwise for you to just go buy a car and not do your due diligence of know how much that car is, or even wait. Me and my husband have a thing. We don't buy that day. We wait a day. Like we go in.
That's good.
Now they can let us take it home and let us drive and test drive it. We ain't gonna make a commitment till the next day, just because it's the same way when I do business with other people, especially if I don't know them. We're going to do our due diligence. We're going to look and see, is that something that I need? Yes. Okay. First check. All right. Now let's go look into that business. What's their reputation?
Yeah.
Do I know someone who's using them?
And if it's one that you're like, man, I feel like they could do it, but I'm just nervous about trusting them because they seem a little upfront more than I want, then you can go and look up alternatives, right?
Right.
So
I always say that, that's a very good thing, is making sure you're getting out there, checking, double checking, and all that kind of stuff.
But for you, Kathy, you have an advantage.
Why is that?
You can be trusted way easier than most people. Do you know why?
Why is that?
Literally just because you're on this podcast, you have your show, and you're out there putting clips out.
Right.
So when people see you, they feel that they can trust you a lot more.
Well, yeah, because they see I'm consistent. They see that I'm showing up. And that goes to any business. This is why you need to show up. This is why, you need to consistently be posting and getting what you're doing. And whatever you're providing, showing that you're providing it. Like there's always clips of events going on. There's clips of me working with people. There's clips of me bringing businesses on, because what am I about? Showing local love. Where can we show local love? Where can the community shop? Where can they do these things?
And you show good local love by making people feel like they can be understood by you too.
Right.
Like when you have a guest on here, I can see it. Like you understand and you're empathetic. And so if you ever meet Kathy in person too, you understand. So when you say, I've met Monique once, but I feel like I can really trust her just because you say so.
Right. Well, because I don't bring just anybody on.
Yeah.
You won't see me in everybody's circle.
So you have a reputation.
You may see me walk into a room, but you won't see me consistently be around certain people. My circle's super small. I support everybody. I go out there and because I am for everybody. I want to see everybody grow. But my circle is super small because I want people to know you're going to be liked, known, and trusted. And I teach people that. Yeah. I teach them how to be seen, to be known and remembered, but also trusted. And that's a gift. I mean, I don't think everybody has that. You have to really be vulnerable to people and let them see almost inside of you. And I think that's super important. And when in collaboration, you do kind of have to be vulnerable with somebody. You have to let them know, just like I was open at the very beginning. I mean, it's hard for people to say, I feel like I'm sinking. Like, I don't know how I'm going to handle all this. I have a business plan that I can't run because I have this, but that was my why. So I can't change it. Do you see what I'm saying? That's so powerful because you have to be open to know that, open with people. And that's hard. So in collaboration, that can be hard sometimes. Yeah. But what you gain out of that of course,
Yeah.
I had Monique come in. She took that side of things. And what did that happen? Well, it helped her business grow. And we rise together because I didn't have to, I still can make money off that one little piece that I made while I now have taken that audience that I grew, because the audience, Kathy Coates Events, that whole entire audience is wanting to show local love. They're wanting to be in those businesses, shopping with those businesses, going to those events. And so what do I do now is I take all businesses, whether you have a storefront or whether you're in events or if you have an event coming, we put it across there so that that is an audience that Prime will come to you, and that's just huge.
And the timing's good too to reactivate that group or whatever, because COVID kind of shut things down. But then now, like, here we are, we're long after it, and everyone kind of got tired of being inside anyways, and so there's overcompensation for a little bit, and then now it's kind of settled back down, but at a good, healthy level. We're finally starting to get like good movies again. Like
yeah, finally.
It feels like it's like taking some time.
Yeah,
a little bit. There's still a lot of the good ones are on just streaming now, and that's part of a problem for movie theaters. But so like things have kind of ramped up. But what else has ramped up just in society, and it affects us in ways we don't even realize, is AI.
Right.
And I recently had to buy one of those hard drives, and it was like, okay, if you understand, it's 26 gigs for one of those 3.5-inch hard drives. If you don't know exactly what I'm talking about, just know that there's storage. And I had to buy this device, and it was like over $500 just for one of them. And I bought it like maybe like 3 months ago, and it was like $330.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, wait, why the price hike? And so I researched a lot, and a lot of people would think it was the tariffs or whatever, and maybe like probably some of that is, but not that. Like, dude, the primary reason after research was because of AI.
Oh, wow.
It was why this device price went up, because now there's a lot of computing power and devices and storage space needed and stuff. So, but now, even in the AI world, where I get back to events, it's so fast-paced, so going. We're all on computers. We're all scrolling. Like, things get better. We're wild constantly. It's like, wait, hold on. What about touching grass? Like, that's where the saying came from. Like, go touch grass or whatever. Like,
go play outside.
Go
Go
do something.
Go play outside.
So there
Use
is
your
a
imagination.
Even though like society feels stuck in algorithms and on their phone and addicted and all that, events are still huge. Like, look at it. Like, concerts, people want to go. They want to experience something, and so events are huge. It's a big deal. Like,
well, because people, again, I always say one of the reasons I went into that, and I do believe this, is people still need, even though we have social media, we have all these things where we can keep contact, we're still needing that physical touch.
Yeah.
Like, hi,
even
how
that
are you
in-person
doing?
energy too.
Like that in-person energy.
Yeah.
I see you. I'm shopping with you. All those kinds of things.
Yeah.
So,
because
yes.
you're podcasting, you're sharing all this information and stuff.
It's great.
Why would someone go to your event? Well, because you get to actually meet her.
Well,
and it's different.
And feel the energy.
It's
energy
way
is
different.
Oh, it's so different. And it's so live. Like we just had an event it was the first Friday. And so Michelle and I always had this dream of when we first started KC Women's Events. And we had put it together. The shopping was called Spoil Me Silly. So there was shopping, pampering, prizes.
You're good
so
at
women
names,
can
aren't you?
get out. I guess. I don't know. But anyhow, so there's ladies' night out, and there was all these prizes, and we had this, like, we bring a DJ and we do these dances because we always dreamed that there would be some kind of concert. Like, what is all the things women like to do? We still like to dance. We have kids, but we don't want to go to the club no more. What is it we want to do? So we always did this. So our last event we did, Most Sophisticated Events had ran it. I helped promote it. And my daughter, Genesis Mariah, she's getting ready to come out with her new album.
Oh, cool. She was on an episode of this.
Yeah, she's on an episode. I think she's like number 2 or 3. But anyway, she's got nominated for the best rapper in KC. So,
really?
Yeah.
By who? or what? Or
oh gosh, now
do you
you
know?
would ask me. I got to go look and see who it's by. But it's one of the, you know how they always have that in Kansas City. Yeah, you done put me on the carpet. I don't know.
I don't know. Like
I don't know.
I got a scam that was like, hey, congratulations, you won this.
No, it's for real. But anyhow, so she did her listening party during our pop-up shopping event, which is so cool because the Guild, if you've not been there, is a really cool venue in Crossroads. And there was like all these places we could go shopping.
Do they do like art shows there too?
I believe they have
big brick room, big window.
This one has a huge chandelier inside of it. Is very gorgeous. And so there was like 2 different rooms. It had a bar in there, and then you walk right outside, and there's a courtyard. Ooh. And so outside, which we were praying off the rain that night, but outside there was a courtyard, and so she did her little listening party to where you get to hear different songs that are going to be on the album that drops off. It'll drop out in May 4th, I believe.
Oh, and Star Wars Day.
Star Wars Day. Don't
it's May the 4th be with you.
Yeah, don't tell her that. But anyway, so it'll be May Genesis be with you. The book of Genesis, chapter 1.
In the beginning.
May the beginning be with you. There you go.
In the beginning, God created.
That's right. There you go. So anyway, so that's all coming out. And so we did the listening party. So we had wanted that all these years to have a concert going on during our event. So for here we are. I was 10 years in business, and Monique's through the show, and I finally had it the way we wanted it.
That's so cool.
So it's so cool to be able to see those things.
Yeah.
But I don't think a lot of people know, though, that $67 of every $100 spent locally stays in the community. Did you know that?
$67 of every $100
spent locally stays in the community.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yep.
Because
so
the
that's
ecosystem,
why it's so
67%.
Yep.
Of every dollar spent locally.
And 68% of people prefer to shop small businesses.
Huh.
Yep.
Okay.
And why would you think that? Why do you like to shop local?
Well, okay. Actually, I think it's just a little bit of a movement that people are starting to learn the effects of it. For me, I might be different. I'm sorry. So I might be different because I just want a good product.
Right.
Like if it is what it is, I just want it like for what it is. But if someone else can match that or better and they're local, boom, I'm going to local.
Right.
Every time.
But you pretty much can do that almost every time.
But I'm
almost.
It depends
in a
what
lot of things.
Yeah, it depends what it is.
Things.
So like most of the time coffee shops can beat Starbucks, you know.
Oh my goodness, yes.
Right?
Definitely.
But
100.
A lot of times they can't beat the convenience of Starbucks. So because of that side of things, we all still go to Starbucks. But then plus the franchise owner is local. I don't know. So I overthink it. I overthink that a lot, but I any chance I can to support a local business and they actually have something I desire or want to invest in, then
and
yes.
I think, you know, and I was like that a lot in my younger, and you're very much younger. So as you get older, you'll probably change your views a little bit.
But I mean,
I'm just saying. I mean, I get it.
Yeah.
But the reason I'm more passionate about it now is really small businesses create nearly 2 out of 3 jobs in the U.S. So that's small businesses, 2 out of 3. But it's what's behind it. Like if I didn't have my own business, I wouldn't have been able to stay home and help raise my kids. You know, I have 8 kids. And so, you know, being able to be home with them, be at their games, all that kind of stuff. So I know a lot of these small businesses are doing it so they can raise families. You know, because they're, you know, one partner may be working while the other partner is trying to raise the family. So those things come to your mind a little more. And so you do start intentionally looking. And I know sometimes price makes a difference, but
yeah,
you know.
And there was like a really good local restaurant in Raymore, Missouri. And I think it was called The Pit. Okay, I think. Yeah. But it was like a barbecue place. They had the absolute best fried pickles. So me and my wife, we actually went and toured some other places just to find who has the best fried pickles around, and it was kind of fun.
Oh yeah,
you know?
that would be fun.
And so
That sounds like something I do.
if it was on the menu, no matter how much money we had, we would just make sure and buy fried pickles. They were the absolute best because they had like a ranch seasoning that they would bread it in a ranch.
Now you're making me hungry. Now
I know. Sorry, guys.
But it's okay.
But anyways, the point is they went out of business. And if only a lot more people knew about that.
Right.
And so that actually motivates me of why I love serving local businesses for my business too, is like there are these secret things and influencers too.
Right.
There's a lot of good Kansas City food influencers.
Yeah.
I'm seeing a lot of food ones because I don't know how you do it on anything else, but they're really good. And we're seeing them on TikTok and we're like, hey, let's go try this place. And we go and try it because it's local and we heard that it's good. So let's go. Why not?
And that's exactly why I pivoted. I took what I'd already built and pivoted. I said, I've got the audience now. I want to make sure these businesses are not closing their doors because of the power behind it. I knew that when that door closes, that woman or that person may have to go to work that didn't want to go to work, and her kids may have, all these different revenue things happen.
That's where collaboration comes back in. Because we need that collaboration of helping each other. Like they might have been trying to do it alone too much.
Yeah, alone. And businesses are very good about giving advice, like helping each other, and we, like you said, we rise together. So that's what's so important about it. And so through all those pivot changes, I was starting to get burnt out, but I wasn't asking for the help that I needed. And so that's when I finally, Monique came in and helped. And then I had some other business, Ann with Business with Wisdom came in and helped me with my systems.
And Monique, you two are amazing.
They're amazing.
And
love you.
If you get this far to this episode and you heard me say that to you, then let me know. I don't know. I'm curious.
I know.
But you're amazing.
Yeah, but it is just asking for that help and knowing it and then looking at what you already have. Because I was like, okay, I was getting frustrated for the wrong reasons. When I was trying to keep Gabriel being busy, I could have had him busy doing what we were already doing.
Ooh.
So I was making it harder than it needed to be made because I was like, okay, Gabriel needs to do these things today. Like he needs to, I need to keep him busy. So folding towels or doing, which he all still does. I mean, like chores and stuff. But then I'm like, okay, now Gabriel, we're sitting in the office for this long. I got to get this much work done. And then we'll go to the park or we'll do whatever. Or go, we like to wash the car. He loves to wash the car. Nice. Car wash is big.
Nice.
But I didn't realize he could go with you, Kathy. Like, why don't you let him be the one that's the connector? And so I thought, well, okay, let's try it. So you're wanting the, businesses, they want local love shown to them. You're already out there doing brand deals and making sure they're coming across your line, putting businesses out, showing them just, like in a different way. I guess I hate using the word influencer. I guess that's what it is.
Yeah, it is
but
what it is.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
But anyhow, community connector, that's it, the community connector. But using my audience for that. But I mean, he likes to give too. You know what I'm saying? He's all, he likes to give too. So when we go, he likes to try their food. He likes to, he especially the ice cream and things like that.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah, that one. Yeah. So, but anyhow, so one of the first ones we did was Girly Pop. With the Girly Pop, dirty sodas. And so I thought, well, let's just try it out. Let's see if
dirty
it'll work.
Sodas as in espresso, right?
No, dirty soda is
as
like...
in alcohol?
No. Dirty soda is like a Dr. Pepper, for instance, and you put the cream in it.
Oh, yeah, I've had that.
And then it's all, and especially
Isn't that just creamy
Girly
soda?
Pop, Casey, you've got to look at they're so cute. She puts the cute straws in there with all the candy on the top. Oh, Gabriel was in heaven when we went. He got to watch her mix it up. But they put all the, whipped cream on the top. And so it's like a very frou-frou, instead of coffee, it's a frou-frou soda drink, or they use different.
It's a Dr. Pepper latte.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway. So we went in, and so she made up all the things, and he got to watch, and he had the little tray, and he got to carry it, and she was giving to a salon, so it was a spa. So he walked into a spa, and they were all surprised, like, what is this boy bringing in? And he's handing out sodas to everybody and just blessing them. So it just kind of took off. So he goes into one business. That business pays it forward to another one that they think is making a good, life-changing being a life giver, be life changers.
Yeah.
That's where it blends together that, if you think that business is being a life changer, we're going to pay it forward to them. And then that company usually wants to pay
Yeah.
it to the next one and then on. And then everybody, the community gets to go in and say, oh, I've been there. I love this place. So it's just a different way of showing
Yeah.
two businesses pretty much at the same time that are making real change right here in Kansas City. The same thing as, the podcast, where we're talking about real stories.
So you
that
would
make a
like
change.
Raymore.
Like Raymore.
Raymore, the city.
I'm like Raymore.
They're very good at this.
Oh,
Like
okay.
the Raymore Chamber for they had a thing called popping in, and they would pop in with popcorn.
Oh,
But guess where they got the popcorn from?
where's that?
One of the local
Popcorn
businesses.
places. Yep.
So
Yeah, so Gabriel goes. And what I didn't expect, though, was he literally, every time now we stop somewhere, like he got in the car. It was like maybe a week and a half later. And he started signing, which he doesn't sign a whole lot. So
Okay.
when he signs, it's a big thing.
Okay.
Because his hands are closed. And so he started signing ice cream. And I was like, what? Okay, so, he's signing ice cream. Let's go get some ice cream. So we
Yeah.
got some ice cream. And as soon as I got the ice cream, he turned and smiled at me.
and that was
I
so
was
worth
like,
it, wasn't
he
it?
is a 100% influencer. I will use influencer with him. Maybe I'm not an influencer, but he is. I mean, he has it down. Like anytime we go to do something, if we walk in, he'll pick up something and smile. I'm like, oh my goodness, this is too much.
Yeah.
But he loves it. He absolutely loves
That's
being
cool.
involved. And what does that do during the day? Well, first of all, it gives me stuff to help keep him busy. And the second thing is that it makes him be able to do something. And another thing that we have found, he loves to hang up clothes. And so I started thinking, he drives me crazy because he hangs all my clothes up in the wrong spot. But that's okay.
But he's trying.
He's trying. I mean, it's okay. We've learned. I've taught him now. He's very OCD.
I got you, Gabriel.
So now he's very organized. But at first he was just throwing it up. And I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
But what I didn't realize was how many nonprofits need people to hang up clothes.
A lot.
A lot.
Okay, there you go.
So we do that too. So what do?
Okay.
Now I get to shout out that nonprofit. So what they need. So for instance, Starfish Project, for
Okay.
instance, right now they're having an issue finding a building. Or they're
Okay.
not going to be able to be in business. So, of course, if you know a business, a place that they can come to, make sure you shout out and get to me so I can get it to them right away. But Gabriel went in and started hanging up clothes. Because they need to get all these clothes out. Because even if they find, when they find another building to move into, we're going to have to move all that stuff. So they're trying to kind of get it out. So that's kind of how that started. But I'm able to look at, what other, nonprofit and what can Gabriel do. He moves things. He likes to put things away. He likes to roll up stuff. So
He likes to wash cars, I guess.
I wash cars, so all those kinds of things. So it keeps him busy and feeling like he's being. So that just let me know that, what? Everybody wants to be part of the community. They want to do something that's just finding what. And so, if I'm always telling people, if you're a small business and you want that coverage, let us know. Let Gabriel come give your stuff to another. You can nominate another person. If you're a person who loves a certain small business, write in the comments below here. If you're on YouTube, shout out a small business and we will put it on the list.
Yeah.
Because, it's important to let these businesses know you love them because they sometimes are like me, feeling stuck in the middle.
Yeah.
Should we keep this business open or not? And they just need to know you, the community, love them, that you want them to stay. We go in and we complain, right? That hamburger wasn't cooked enough, or my fork, you forgot my fork. I needed more sugar in that, or whatever it is. We complain, but how many times do we tell them what they did good?
Yeah.
I loved how
Constructive
you
criticism
came and greeted me and you helped me find the perfect size dress and you suggested this jewelry and it made my prom the best prom ever. Did you go back and tell them thank you?
Yeah. What did they do well? And let them know.
Let them know.
Then they do more of that.
Because I tell you, you remember the one critique, the one insult, the one more than you
That's
ever
critics'
do. It is. It's true.
Yeah.
So this is how we can do it, is paying it forward. So Gabriel gives. That's what it is, for Be Life Changers.
Okay.
That's the way you can give.
And that is on which channel do you show that on?
I show it on all of them. So it's on Kathy Coates Events. It's on Knowledge Networking, both of those. But it all comes across Kathy Coates Events on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, We're starting to do more TikTok now. So.
Nice. Okay. That sounds like good TikTok material. So,
And of course, Be Life Changers right here that we're shouting him out to. Let's get him busy this summer, showing local love to each other. And you guys get to do the voting. So you get to vote for who you want to be the next business showcasing. So
nice.
Shout it out so we can put it in a big bowl and he'll choose which one we give him to. And that is what I wanted to come on today is first of all to say, JT Visuals, I couldn't do it without you. Thank you. You and my community, my audience, my fans. I love you so very much. Thanks for being part of the cause.
Yes.
Thanks for making other small businesses feel lifted up because that's what it's all about. And until the next episode,
keep on keeping on.